YOLO, amazing people of the tube. So I hear a lot of people online and in general trying to be alpha males without having the slightest clue to what an alpha male is or how they move, right? And if you saw a pack of coyotes or a pack of wolves, I guarantee you would not be able to spot the alpha male from the rest of the group, right? For one. But more importantly, I don't think you dudes understand what an alpha male actually is, right? How about you try and be a real man before you even consider moving up to being an alpha male? And I'm going to give you guys a real life example of something that just happened to me because I just had a heart attack on Friday, right? So the life of an alpha male, man, it's a lonely thing. It's painful. It's gruesome. It's not pretty, man. You're gonna be lonely. You're not gonna have a lot of people around you. Most women are not gonna understand you. You understand what I'm saying? It's not because you're overzealous or you're over encroaching on them, but your presence, right? Like when I step into a room, like I immediately garner attention, and it's not in a good way. To most people, it's not in a good way because most people aren't alpha males. So for them, they see a threat. Women see potential danger, right? So it's not this glorified Mickey Mouse thing of beating your chest, looking a certain way. No, it's a mental way of being, right? And the example I'll give is, so Friday I had a heart attack. I'm 38 years old. I'm young, handsome, pretty fit, not just for my age, pretty fit physically. So right away people assume, is this drugs, right? And I told them, no, it's not drugs. Look for something else. And I got moved to the 5th floor of this hospital. And the nurses immediately were just unprofessional, man. It was really weird. So they took me off one bed and threw me on the other. And immediately these nurses got to, I don't know what the fuck what they were thinking, but one of them immediately pulled my socks off and started looking at my feet. And the instant thing that went through my mind is, are they thinking like I got bags of like some drugs stuck to the bottom of my feet or something? Because they like took it off, started looking under my feet, and then one of the nurses pushed me forward, pulled my boxers back, looking into my ass, right? Like it was weird. Like it happened so fast, and it didn't process. It was happening so fast. I was like, what the fuck, right? And I was like, hey man, where's my stuff? Meaning, like I always carry a backpack, so I was like, where's my stuff? They're like, oh, the nurses are going through your stuff outside, and I can hear them out the door shuffling. And you're talking about like 6-7 nurses, all female. I was like, hey man, you guys didn't notify me that you guys are going through my stuff. They're like, oh yeah, no, it's a hospital. I'm sorry, we should have notified you. I was like, well, you didn't notify me. How about this? If you guys are gonna go through my stuff, of which I have no problem at this point, because I was at that literal point in time, I was still having a heart attack. So I told her, how about you tell them to bring my shit into my room in my presence, and they can go through my stuff in front of me, right? They're like, yeah, of course, no problem. She goes out the door. They all skedaddle. It's been like fucking 15 minutes. I'm ringing the nurse thing. Nurse call. They don't answer. I ring it again. Hey man, where's the nurse? I need them to come into my room. The nurse comes in. I was like, where the fuck is my shit? And they're like, oh, you know, the nurses were going through it. I said, no. Maybe to people like you, This is just nonchalantum or like just willy-nilly shit. But for a person like me, you're passing very critical boundaries. You're going through my shit. You're mistreating me. They're like, no, we don't mean to be doing that. We're sorry. No, I don't need your sorry. I need you to listen to me. So one of the nurses, before they started searching my shit, she goes, oh, there's a pack of wipes, like what's it called, like let's say antibacterial, anti whatever fucking wipes. And she's like, there's 5 of them in there. I need you to wipe, use one for each arm, use one for your front, use one for your back, and use one for your legs, right? And I looked at the bag and I looked at her, you know, and I was like, where's my stuff? And then we progressed from there. Now they're coming into the room. I'm like, no, call all the nurses that were touching my shit. You know, every single person that was involved into this. Call everybody in here, right? And then they called security. Security guard came as well. And I was like, is this how you guys treat patients? Because I'm leaving because of your mistreatment. And they're like, no, you don't have to leave. I was like, no, I need you guys to understand. Just because I'm talking in a very calm and polite voice, do not mistake it for me not being serious by any means. And they're like, no, we feel that you're serious. I don't need you to feel that I'm serious. I need you to listen. This isn't how you treat people. This isn't how it's done. Just from a human to a human level, this isn't the process you guys are supposed to be going through. And yet, me having a heart attack at this very fucking second, I'm gonna leave. And I'm not gonna file a complaint. I'm not gonna call in and whatever. I'm just gonna get my shit and leave. So bring my shit to me right now. I'm leaving. And I expected to leave and for them to, whatever the fuck they told the doctors, you know, whatever the reason was that the patient was dissatisfied and he left, right? But it's like, no, I'm standing on business. Like, I don't give a fuck if I'm dying. I'm dying on my morals. You get what I'm saying? I have certain morals. Live or die. I'm gonna die on them. Heart attack or not, I'm gonna walk out of this bitch. And I told them, whatever you guys were doing, you guys, in the short period of time, this 5-10 minutes, 20 now, right, of you guys bringing my shit back in, you guys completely demolished any trust between patient and nurse and doctor or whatever the fuck you guys think you guys are. Because even if you guys bring me a cup of water, now I'm gonna assume, is there something in the cup of water that you guys failed to let me know about? That's a level of distrust I'm on. And I started taking off the IV that was in my arm, you know, in my hand. It was, I always get IVs in my hands. I don't like them in my arms. So I started to take the IV. No, let me do it. I said, no, maybe you weren't listening. That I don't even trust you to take this out of my arm. I will take it out of my hand myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So back the fuck up. Let me take this out of my hand. So I took the IV out of my hand, little blood squirter, whatever the fuck. Put some fucking gauze on it. You know, someone handed me some tape. I taped it my fucking self. Wore my t-shirt, grabbed my shit and left. These fucking cocksuckers, I guess to cover up for their ass, they said they either found drugs on me, I was on drugs, something drugs. It's not fully clear. Because even the security that was walking me out was like, oh man, they found some white powder in your backpack. And I had homies with me at that moment. They walked in as I was leaving. I was like, what white powder are you talking about, man? They're like, oh, it's in your backpack, it's in a glove. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And as we're walking into a parking lot, there's a camera overhead. And I'm like, no, let's find out what you're talking about, bro. Because I haven't done drugs in over, what, like 8 years, almost a decade. He's like, no, not over here. And I got this feeling he didn't want me under the camera. And I said, no, we're going to do this here, bro. So I opened the bag, I found the gloves, and I'm like, no, there is no fucking white powder in here, my guy. So I don't know what, but whatever they said, I went to the next hospital over, and this is something I had to deal with. Right away, they were on the fucking, are you on drugs thing? Do you have drugs? And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what the fuck did you guys say to cover your dumb asses after I said I wasn't gonna complain on you guys for mistreating me? And now, because of how you guys carried yourself, even after I gave you guys a complete pass and said, fuck you guys, I'm gonna leave while having a heart attack to go to another hospital to take care of me. Right? So now it's like, fuck you. Now, so I called the hospital. I told them, hey man, I need you guys to do an investigation on why me, the patient, left. They said something about they found drugs or I was on drugs, neither of which would be a reason for a person like me that was having a heart attack to leave. I don't think you guys finding illegal substances or illegal substances being in my system is a good enough reason for me to leave while having a heart attack. But you know what is? Mistreatment. So how about you guys ask questions to those 6-7 nurses, the security guard, and figure it out for yourselves, because whatever the fuck they did after I warned them and after I left only made it worse, and only told me that this isn't a one-off event. This is something you guys are doing on a regular. You guys are mistreating patients. And not every patient is going to have the balls to line you guys up and put you in your place verbally and tell you, fuck you, I'm leaving because of. You understand what I'm saying? Not everybody's capable of doing that, especially during critical times. But I'm telling you, I will live and die on my principles. So fuck you fools, right? And this is something I had to deal with, man. These are the things of an alpha male that you guys have to consistently deal with a population that doesn't understand, that doesn't grasp simple concepts, that certain things are extremely serious to you, where to them it might be nothing, right? But if I were to tell them, hey bitch, go bring me your purse, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and have my way with your purse, maybe then they might begin to grasp the idea of people going through their shit. You understand what I'm saying? And this happened Friday the 7th. So 7th I was at that hospital. I left the 7th from that hospital. Mind you, the ER, the bottom floor that accepted me, did most of 90% of the tests. I was supposed to go upstairs and wait to get more tests, including when they go through your artery, I forgot what it's called. It's not a cardiogram, it's whatever the fuck gram, right? Immediately this happened, but the people downstairs, the nurses, the doctors, they were flawless in what they were doing. But these 6 dumb bitches that got left to their own will did all this extra shit, right? Like, oh, you didn't mind taking my socks off, you didn't mind pulling my drawers, oh, but you want me to wash my back down by myself with some wipes? because you're thinking, what? I smeared drugs over me like it's some fucking baby oil or some shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Right? So I went to the other hospital and I was there Friday, Saturday. I got released Sunday. Again, clueless to why I had a heart attack. Second heart attack. No blockages. You know, they did a, is it a echo? No, the echocardiogram is when they check your heart through like that pregnant lady shit. But that shit, they go into your arm, man. They go through your artery and then they go all the way into your heart, into your other arteries to see if there's blockages and shit. No blockages. All my hoses are clean. All my tubes, all my pipes, they're all fucking flawless. The size of my heart is symmetric. Everything is pumping right. It's fully healthy, not just for my age, but healthy. Because I asked them, because they're like, oh man, your heart looks pretty good. I'm like, hey, does my heart look good for fucking 38, or does my heart look good because it looks good? Like, if I was 20, how would my heart look now? They're like, no, your heart looks perfect. We don't understand. It might be stress. It might be your panic attacks having adverse effects. It might be nerves. It could be 1,000 different things, none of which we have an answer for. Okay, cool. So that second hospital was more realistic. Like, this is the patient, this is what we need to do, just professional, right? But it goes back to the alpha male thing, man. Like, if you're an alpha male, you're an alpha male at your weakest point and at your strongest point. Neither of which people are gonna fully understand. These motherfuckers are sheep. You understand? How is the wolf going to explain to sheep what an alpha male is? So you boys out there that you guys find these online weirdos, you know, fucking Wes Watsons and whatever the fuck evers, right? And you guys buy into their fucking bullshit. What? Because they look a certain way? They're overly fucking loud? They dress loud, act loud? They tell stories fucking loud, right? And you guys think that's what an alpha male is? No, you know what an alpha male is? That dude that doesn't fucking say a word. And when shit hits the fan, you have multiple people fucking dead and not a single word was fucking spoken. Because there was nothing to be said, but there was a whole bunch to be done. And that person isn't gonna live this glamorous Wes Watson lifestyle. Like he said, my big bootied Latin bitch. What alpha male would refer to his woman as a bitch to begin with? You get what I'm saying? Like, you already degraded yourself and the person next to you. Why wouldn't you degrade me and all these other people? That's the person that has your kid, that you go home to, that you take care of. That's your bitch. That's what happens, man. Bitches have bitches. And they have bitch kids. And then their bitch kids have to try and find some masculine figure to try and build some masculinity out of. So why don't you guys start with trying to be men? Just regular men standing on business as a man. Not that fucking Mickey Mouse street shit. Oh man, you owe me $5, so I'm gonna blow your fucking head off because I've never seen $5 in my life, right? Like, no, if you're a businessman, there comes losses, man. If you're a street dude, there comes heartache. If you're there's always consequences to lifestyles. You understand? You're never a 100% winner. But if you really want to be an alpha male because you're a fucking pussy in your life and you always have been, Go join the fucking Marines. Go join the fucking Marines. You understand? And when you go join the Marines, tell them, I want you guys to put me in the front lines. I want to go to the front lines and be a frontline soldier. I guarantee you the Marines will sculpt you into a man. They will beat the bitch out of you. If you really, really want to be an alpha male, go do that for 10, 15, 20 years. Because like people like me, I'm 38, man. It took 38 years to mold the person I am. And when I turn 39, it's going to be 39 years it took to mold the person I am. I was an alpha male when I was 15. Not the same alpha male when I was 20. Not the same when I was 25. Not the same when I was... I only sharpened my tools as the years went on. You understand? It's an intellectual thing. It's a belief. It's a way of living and dying. Just like there can be many soldiers and there are few warriors, it's the same concept, man. It's on you to decide if you're literally a warrior. And that lifestyle, man, of being an alpha, you're only as good as your last day. You're literally only as good as your last day. You could have lived 40 years perfectly, but that one day you slipped up and went bitch made is the day you threw 40 years away into the trash. You shit on everything you believed on, believed in, lived as, were. You literally threw it away in a heartbeat. You're only as good as your last day, which means every day you are the same fucking person. Doesn't mean you're a dick. It doesn't mean you're a prick. It doesn't mean you're overly beating your chest to people. No, on the contrary, you're actually pretty fucking mellow if you're an actual alpha male. Because you know what you're capable of. You know what you can do. So when I walk into a room, I don't feel like I'm threatened. It's like if I walk into a kindergarten class, I'm not going to be offended by little kids being loud and doing what little kids do. Right? I'm going to carry myself as an adult amongst children. But no, that's not the world we live in. And I'm fully aware that we are a dying breed. We're dinosaurs, man. This old school way of thinking and living, it's not for the masses, man. It's not even for the subculture. It's just for a few people, man, that either get it or don't get it. And most of the people, it's like, I don't even think it was a choice for me. It was this or be a bitch-made motherfucker. And I wasn't gonna be a bitch-made motherfucker. No way, no how. I don't give a fuck, right? And it's hard, man. It's hard. It's lonely. It's hard. It's discomforting. It's messed up in a lot of ways. But yet I go to sleep comfortably at night. I sleep deep, uncomfortable. Now when I wake up, that's a different story. Right now I have to deal with reality, and all these people, they don't live this way, man. They don't live this way, you know? So there's a limit on how much I can explain, man. So like when I was at one of the hospitals, I was like halfway through, I was there like maybe 16 hours. I was like, I need to go outside, get some fresh air and have a cigarette. They're like, no, we don't recommend it. You can't. I'm like, I'm not your prisoner, man. I was like, give me the piece of paper that says you're not allowing me, that says you're not recommending, that it's to my detriment. I'll sign it. Let me go have a fucking cigarette and come back. You know, and for you people that don't understand that type of psychology, you're not gonna understand what an alpha male is. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I believe in the things I believe in. A man should be able to have a fucking cigarette before he dies. I'm 38 years old having my second heart attack. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the chances of me, you see what I'm saying? Like, idiots, sheep, bro. Just fucking sheep. Yeah, I signed the fucking paper. Yeah, I went, I had a couple of cigarettes, came back. Nothing changed. They didn't like it. Well, too bad if they liked it or not. That was my decision as an adult. I'm gonna go have a fucking cigarette before I go and do all your tests. And maybe I make it, maybe I don't. If I do, cool. If I don't, fuck it, I didn't. It's that simple. Doctor's like, nah, you might have a heart attack, you might do that. It's cool, man. You know, I'll survive, man. Don't worry. I'm not gonna die over a cigarette, bro. I'm not your prisoner. So just bring me the paper, I'll sign it, go have a cigarette, come back. They're like, well, I can't do this every fucking hour. I said I didn't want to do this every fucking hour. I want a cigarette. So give me the paper, let me go have a cigarette. They did it, man. They brought me the paper, I went, had my cigarette. That was it, dog. So you can't change this way of thinking out of people like me. And most of you can't understand it. And I don't expect you to. But to the guys that are trying to be alpha men, to the girls that are trying to be alpha females and shit, how about you start with being men? Decent, good men. Capable, driven, intelligent. And then you worry about the next step. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna end it at that, man. Solo YOLO BOLO. Deuces.